I believe life is about being on a wellness adventure, and since 2017, I've been on a quest of redefining how to create an unmistakably high quality life. It's involved relearning my primal instincts, reclaiming the power of unshakable belief in myself, revamping what is in my kitchen from food to water, and rediscovering the practical wisdom in regular everyday moments. I'm hungry to expose how easy it is to live a vibrant and fulfilling life that is equally good for us and the planet. Here on the Isabelle Wellman Show, we weave the practical and the mystical to evolve into the highest quality versions of ourselves in order to lead a long lasting ripple effect. Together, let's lay it all out on this wellness adventure. Welcome back to the Isabelle Wellman Show. Thank you so much for being here. Today, you are going to be hearing another breathwork lesson. And this is what would be equivalent to a breathwork 2 to the intro that I released a couple weeks back. This is something that I had recorded for past clients. So you will hear me reference myself as coach, which is fun. And it is a short practice, yet breath work is key. I will be diving deeper into how important the diaphragm is, our posture, and how breath and posture are hand in hand. If we have a bad or poor breathing rhythm and practice, everyday life kind of breathing is what I'm talking about, not just when we sit down and close our eyes and pretend we're a little Buddhist on the mountain. When we are in the thick of it, when we are in the stress, when we are in the chaos, when we are in the bustle and the hustle of our lives, it is important that we train ourselves to breathe deeply automatically. Because whatever we practice consciously is going to be stored in our subconscious, which will then become our unconscious actions. Just like when we're unconscious about our emotions and we might be feeling sad, and then our tendency when we're sad is to eat because we want to relieve the stress that we're feeling, because eating can help relieve some kind of stress. But when it's unconscious eating and we're eating poor food choice, then it's actually not helping us and it's hindering us. And it's this entire reverse pattern that is backwards, that is not leading us where we want to go. It's turning us around. And we're not even aware to us even being turned around in the first place. What I'm getting at is I want these short and sweet little guided breathwork sessions. There's another one coming up. I want them to be a tiny seed to plant within your brain, within your heart, so that you may be able to move forward in your day, in your life, with more of a conscious awareness at an unconscious level. That is the goal. That is where we're working towards. Because when we practice and then it becomes habitual, then life becomes easier and we're not focused on having to do the thing all the time. Because the thing is just our life. And then we get to enjoy and relax in it. And our behavior changes because of it. And like I mentioned, our breath determines our posture. If you're breathing very shallow, you are going to have a very shallow and perhaps even hunched over posture. But when you breathe deep and you're breathing through all corners and all sides of the abdomen, which we're not taught, especially women, because we need to have the flat belly and we need to look so skinny all the damn time. And that is horribly wrong and detrimental to our health, to our well being. Our diaphragm is a beautiful muscle and it's giant. It is the muscle of the respiratory action. We need it to be strong. We need it to be ever present in our day when we're talking to people. Of course, we're not going to breathe like we're big Santa Claus bellies all the time. Yet, the idea is to make this a little over dramatic so you get the picture. And then, by human design, we take the optimal and naturally, after it becomes unconscious, it's going to decrease by 10 or 20%, and then it'll be normal. Does that make sense? If we dramatize how big we must make our belly on the inhale, yes, the diaphragm goes down, our bellies get nice and big on the inhale, and you have a big space like a balloon being filled up with air. And then on the exhale, the belly button pulls gently in towards the spine. The diaphragm comes up, and you're pushing the breath out of the body. You're exhaling that breath out. That muscle is coming upwards. And so, if we can dramatize that action, and then you practice it really dramatically, and then in your normal everyday life, you recede about 10 or 20% because naturally, as humans, we all do. It's like when we first go to a job, we're all gung ho and ready, and we show up all perfectly dressed, and our hair's perfect, and we're 15 minutes early. And then a year later, we're getting in there 5 minutes before. We look half decent. We're not even focused on that aspect of the newness. We have regressed about 10 or 20% on our presentation, on our expectation. That is just how we work as humans. And it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually an efficient mechanism that we have within ourselves. So dramatize it so then it will be optimal when you're in your unconscious everyday life. And that is my big point here. I will go into a deeper talk about posture and breath, but this is just another small and cute and fun little practice to help you make breath work a more important aspect of your life, to help you in how you present yourself and how you feel and how you breathe. Enjoy, and we will catch you next week. Equivalent to an intro to breathing 2. So you had your first intro to breathing, and now you have this one. So when we talk about getting into a meditative state, we are truly just trying to slow down our breathing, become present with the moment that we are in, and realize that we do not have control of changing anything that is outside of ourselves. And as we sit still, as we breathe deep, as we calm ourselves, what we are really doing within our body is tapping into our parasympathetic nervous system. And maybe you know, back from school, but we have the PSNS and we have the sympathetic nervous system, aka the parasympathetic is the chill out, rest and recuperate side of ourselves, and then the sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight mode, where adrenaline and cortisol get released in the body. Our tension, our blood pressure, our heart rate, it skyrockets up depending on the level of anxiety or stress or excitement that we are exposed to in that given moment, which can be good when we are stressed out and are in really dangerous situations because it's our body's automatic reaction. However, even better than kind of flipping out in the moment, getting really anxious, getting really quick breaths, getting very sweaty, getting very like, oh, I'm not okay. It's much easier if we learn the 5-second rule. And the 5-second rule is giving yourself 5 seconds before reacting to anything. Your partner says, hey babe, can you do the dishes? Wait 5 seconds. Maybe your initial reaction is, fuck no, I don't want to do the dishes. Or maybe it's, sure, I'll do the dishes. Regardless of which side of things it could be, give yourself 5 seconds and let yourself notice what happens in the body. It's a very simple question. It's a very simple ask from your partner. But even those little questions can arise a reaction out of us. And it is our choice and responsibility to notice how we are responding in the moment. And where I'm getting at with this is when we can focus on relaxing and giving ourselves that extra time before we react, we are going to deeply help our health. This is why. So, maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, but our mind-body connection, that there's a certain reason we have that, and it's all because of my little friend called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve, you would think that it's just a one straight nerve going from the brainstem all the way down to the colon. However, you can look it up on Google, but it's a really beautiful system of nerve endings and such. And it starts at the brainstem, like I said, and it goes all the way down. It goes out around the heart, around the eyes, around the organs, and it just branches out. And vagus is actually, in Latin, it means wandering. And so it's fitting because this nerve, it wanders all over the body to be able to help us in maintaining a calm and easier to sustain environment of our bodies. So being in the sympathetic system, when that's turned on, when we're fight or flight mode, that's taxing on our body. That's not doing us much justice. It's going to cause that heart rate and BP to go up, and that's not exactly what you'd like. And this can all depend on if you're on medication with beta blockers or anything like that. But if you're not, then you're just going to be in the avenue of normal baseline for humans and such, with a normal heart rate being between 60 and 100. And athletes can typically have a higher vagus nerve tone, and then people who are a little bit more susceptible, to anxiety and attacks such as that, have a lower vagus nerve. And so it's just your ability to maintain relaxation in your body. And the way we get to a stronger vagus nerve is by deep breathing. It's through meditation. It's through sitting in stillness, calming yourself down, and being mindful of your breath. So today, for our practice, we are actually going to be doing what they recommend as the most calming way to get in a healthy rhythm with your vagus nerve. And it's for a minute straight, 5 seconds of inhale, 5 seconds of exhale, and it's breathing 6 times throughout 1 minute. The less you breathe, the better. I know that can sound crazy. However, think about it. If you're going to be breathing less, that means you're conscious about how deeply you're breathing, how much you're stretching those lung receptors, and the kind of work that you are creating within your internal environment versus allowing external environment stimulus to affect what happens to the internal. And so when we can practice this, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and we can control how little we breathe, we could see some nice health benefits as a part of that. So I challenge you to look at this video for the next week, sit with yourself, and do this for a minute. Do this exercise we're about to dive into for a minute straight. I'm going to have us do it for about 5 rounds. So we will be doing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 total breaths in 5 minutes. I will cue us with the inhales, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go like that. So, as you do develop this practice, you can even see how this synchronizes in mantras with meditation, or if you were to perform the rosary, if you prefer a more Catholic or Christianity or religious approach in that way. but it's the same, that it comes back into this parasympathetic relaxation mode of this 5 seconds of inhales, 5 seconds of exhale, and we just automatically get in that rhythm. So I think that's really fascinating. Google it and try it out if you don't believe me. However, I want you to find a comfortable position wherever you are, whether you are at work or you are sitting or standing. If you can lay on your back with your knees bent, whatever you want to do. Please don't close your eyes if you're driving and watching this. But let's ground down into however we are present with our bodies in the ground. And I will lead us off. So everyone, let's just take 3 breaths to ground ourselves and then we'll start. So inhale the breath into the lungs. Begin to feel how this expansion exists within the body. Pause at the top. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. Fill the lungs all the way up, all the way up. Let your diaphragm drop, drop, drop. Pause at the top. Exhale, push the diaphragm up. Push that breath out. One more time. Inhale. Pause at the top. Let this breath out the mouth and exhale. Excellent. Now that we are ready to go, we are going to dive into this breath. Without further ado, let us sit comfortably however we are. Begin to lift up through the sit bones, extend through the crown of the head. And on your next inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, pause. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job, everyone. That may have been a little bit over our 25 breath count. However, regardless, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you practiced this. And I hope that you could also give me feedback on what you think of that practice and if it reduces any stress or flight or fight reactions that you have. And if you try out the 5-second rule, give yourself 5 seconds before reacting to anything. Allow that sympathetic nervous system to shoot down versus shoot up. And allow that vagus nerve mind-body connection to truly hold space. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you were with me here today. I'm so excited to be your coach, and I cannot wait to hear how the rest of your workouts and your week has been. I love you guys. You're awesome. You're killing it. Stick to it, and you will see the results that you want to see trickle into every aspect of your life. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Please consider leaving a 5-star review, following along on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out the video version on YouTube, and come hang out with me on Threads. We are making an impact together every single day that we stand up and we share, we learn, and we thrive.